What's up, guys? Back again, Hero Talk. Been a while.
Indeed it has.
Yeah, but we're back. Pandemics and everything, so we'll be coming back.
Yeah.
First on the docket, Wonder Woman 84. There's a big divide on Twitter. So a lot of people it's either you like it or you don't, and that's kind of how I feel that it's really been on Twitter. I started off in the I don't really like it that much, and then I watched it again, and I'm on the boat of like I really like it. But I would say that I'm kind of on the fence because the biggest thing for me was the shift in tone, and it really is like a 180 from the first film. So the first time I watched it, I couldn't really. It was so different from the first film that I couldn't really look at the movie objectively because I kept on how do I put this? I kept on finding myself wanting the movie to go a different direction, but that's just something that how I felt the whole movie. So when I was able to watch it the second time objectively, like with no feelings attached to it, I really enjoyed it. It was definitely different, like I said, from the first film, but like it's its own movie. It's its own style, and I really liked it because it was very comic booky, very campy, kind of cheesy, which I didn't really like. But I guess my only two big dislikes of the movie are some of the action pieces and the CGI at sometimes were a little bit off, like her running in Cairo in Egypt. I wasn't a huge fan of that whole battle or fight scene. Not a huge fan of. So I guess those would be my two biggest gripes with the movie. But like I said, when I look at it objectively, all the actors did such a phenomenal job. Diana, or what's her name? I'm sorry, Gal Gadot. I see her as Diana now. Like she is Diana Prince. So she did a great job, even in her emotional scenes. I would say that she really stepped up her game a little bit from the first time because I feel like sometimes she can come off like a little wooden. But this time, I think she nailed it. What's his name? Chris Pine snapped. You gotta love Steve Trevor. I like him a lot more in this movie than I did in the first one. Not that I didn't like him in the first one, but just that, like, I don't know. It was nice seeing someone who was like a very patriotic man, things like that, and then seeing the new world that he's in. I don't know. It was nice to see his awe and just like whole feel for the new world that he's in. And then Pedro Pascal ate this whole movie. Like he literally ate up any scene that he was in. Like straight up stole any scene that he was in. And then Kristen Wiig did an amazing job. I didn't necessarily think that she needed to turn into Cheetah like this movie, but I think her whole bubbly personality of Barbara Minerva really, really did like a good job, especially in the beginning of playing off that kind of her comedic timing and everything. So after all that, watching it objectively, there's nothing I can really say was bad about the movie other than it was just different from the first time and I had to adjust. So there was an adjustment period for me. How do you feel?
Gee, I let him get all that out the way, okay? I'm gonna let y'all know something. I went into this ready to hate. I was waiting to hate. Seeing all the clips, seeing all the trailers, like, man, what is this cheesy ass garbage? Okay?
Super cheesy.
Cheesy ass garbage. But you know what? I fucking love this movie. This shit was beautiful. Okay? It got its problems. But guess what? I don't give a goddamn. Okay? I love this. He said he don't like the running. I was like, yo, this is some comic booky shit. Like, I know everybody don't fuck with this. I fuck with this, G. This shit was fucking lit, me. Yeah. I love this movie, G. Chris Pine, just, oh, man. Their relationship. Oh, my. Yeah. From the start. When she met him at, is this spoilers?
Oh, we're definitely doing spoilers.
Gee, when she met him at the party and he didn't look like him, and what did he say? He was like, did he say you can save the day? I can save the day. You can save the world. Is that what he said? Is that
something like that?
Something like that. And I was like, it's Steve, nigga. It's fucking Steve, bro.
I really like their relationship.
Low-key nitpick. I feel like it was very out of character of Diana just to run off with Steve Trevor and not go investigate, do her damn job like she was supposed to. I was like, all right. That's his plot, but like, that's dumb. Yeah. Another thing is, like, the whole, I'm an ugly duckling, I'm quirky, and, then I get powers, I'm cool. That shit, lame and played out. Can we please move on from that trope? It is so fucking dumb, G.
I see what you're saying.
What are we doing? Like,
I can see that, but I really like Barbara Minerva. Like, I really like Kristen Wiig. Like, in the very beginning, her comedic timing was on point. She was cute and quirky. and it played off well of who Diana really is. So I thought that was a good combo right there. So but I understand the trope, like why you say that. Though.
I just thought that shit was trash. It did not work for me. I was like,
she did a very good job of it. So like,
but like we're doing this again.
Yeah, I understand that.
This ain't 2020. Like
valid criticism.
This ain't what 2012. This ain't that. Come on.
But it was executed really well. So I didn't that's why I didn't have an issue with it. But if you're going off with themes and things like that, okay, I understand why you say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What else? What else I like? What's his face pretty good too? What's his name?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
He ate the whole movie. He stole every single scene that he was in, straight up.
Yeah. I didn't like him. I didn't like his acting. It's just that nigga. If he was a real person,
Maxwell Lord,
I'm probably fighting him. I don't like that. Like, what you doing extra for? Don't you know how Diana was super suspect of him? That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what's all this cheer for, bro?
Yeah, you could tell he was putting
suspect.
On a front.
What are you doing? What are you doing, old bum? You ain't got no money. Okay, your investors looking for their money with oil. Okay, you bought all this shit, ain't got no oil, bum. But that's beside the point.
But he did such a good job of putting on that persona and then showing as soon as he for example, when he first got back to his office and he's about to head into the elevator, he's completely ignoring his assistant. The way that he transitioned from the persona, his TV personality, to as soon as he's in the elevator and realizing he's not who he's putting on the front, that switch in tone from running to the elevator to being who he really is, that was great acting. So Pedro, he's got to be one of the hottest actors right now because that shit was fire. He's on Mando, and then isn't he on a Netflix movie right now too? So he's on all the streaming services.
Who's watching Netflix right now? Please be honest.
You're right, but that doesn't mean he's not there. It doesn't mean he's not there.
You talking about Netflix? Who watches Netflix? But damn, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I liked some people have been saying that Cheetah felt shoehorned in. I don't feel that way.
I don't think so either.
I don't feel that way. I feel like, especially because if she wasn't there in the White House, the movie would have ended.
Right. Yeah.
He would have got caught. That would have been it. We got him. What the hell?
I kind of thought the same thing when I saw on Twitter people were like, she did feel shoehorned in or she wasn't necessary to the storyline. But just like you said, how else would they have stopped? Or how else would they have gone about the movie? Mm-hmm. I guess it is kind of for plot, and I guess you do kind of have to have a big bad for the third and final act. But I think they did probably the best that they could have with what the storyline was and putting in those characters. So I don't have any gripes about it.
I guess you could argue that, because then I would argue she needed to be there in the third act, so Diana did not reach Maxwell Lord so quickly. Mm-hmm. But I guess you can argue you just could have cut some of that, had him do a majority of his broadcasting before she got there. I guess you could argue that. But
you could. No, you definitely could. Speaking of that third act, they straight up electrocuted this chick. They straight up just put her not only was she in water and she's a cat, but so that doesn't mix well. But then they electrocuted her ass. That was crazy. I was not expecting that.
Yeah. The opening scene. You want to talk about shoehorned in? That was shoehorned in. That opening scene was not necessary.
A lot of people said that, but
you literally had the opening scene to reference one line that she brought back at the end of the movie. What? What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see you try to argue this because I am not rolling.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying, but also I thought the opening scene was the Olympics type thing, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So I really like the Olympics. It has to go. It goes with the story about learning not to deceive and cheat and win on your own right, and the difference between winning and losing, how to be a good winner, and things like that. So that played into the story. I really like the way that it was the Olympics because she is a Greek goddess. So it plays off that way, and also it showed off a couple of the different moves that they would be showing in the rest of the movie. So I see what you're saying, but I see what they were doing.
I feel like that's a very hollow argument, but I'm gonna just.
You think why do you think it's a hollow argument?
You said it showed off a lot of the moves that they used later on in the movie,
mm-hmm.
But why would you need to do that? Why could you just have that later on in the movie to have her do it?
Good point. I don't have a rebuttal. I don't have a rebuttal.
You said the whole Greek thing, Olympics. What does that have to do with the movie?
You're right. You're not wrong though. But
I'll give you the whole. Don't be you got to be true to win. But you literally could just that did something else and not shoehorn that into the movie.
To be honest, it did feel like they had two opening sequences to the movie. Like it was the whole, the Olympic part, and then like right after that when and then the mall scene. So it did. I'll give you that. It did feel like there was two opening scenes to that movie, and I guess when I look at it that way, I would say that I guess the first part isn't really necessary at all. But that first opening scene, with the mall scene, with the heist of the gem and things like that, I liked it a lot. But I also have some things that I was like, eh. One, first of all, that boy dropped his gun way too easily. That looked so stupid. He got the bag thrown at him, and then he was just like fumbling the bag, and then his gun fell. And then that girl was like, "Oh my god, gun!" Yeah.
I didn't like that part. I'm like, "Why is this bitch screaming gun?"
Yeah,
bro? Like, move around. Just like, up, me gun. Oh, this nigga got a gun, bro.
Didn't like that part. I didn't like that he was super quick to just throw a kid over a balcony for no.
I was like, "What are you doing?"
There was no immediate threat. The cops weren't there yet. The security people weren't gonna do shit. Like,
how was that getting him out of his situation?
He's like, "I'm not going back," but like, you're definitely going after you do this. Like,
like you literally standing in one spot. Like, I'm not going back. You're not moving anywhere. So what are you talking about? You're about to get caught, bro.
He could have easily gotten away without doing that. The other homies, like his other squad,
bro,
they were so mad at him.
Yes. You know what was funny? Well, after he dropped his gun, and then his other buddy like
just sat there on the wall.
He tried to play it off, and the buddy was like, "We gotta go."
No, his buddy said no. It's like, we can't hide. There's no.
We
can't
be hiding. I was like, "Nigga, are you fucking kidding me, bro?" I literally, they didn't know I was watching you. Fucking fool.
Facts. Like this, the guy that fumbled the gun, he should be fired. Like he should have never been asked who brought him.
Who hired this man, bro? Whose cousin is this, bro? Whose little cousin is this, bro? So, that's such like a little cousin movie. Bring up the job, saying, "Well, drop the gun,
right?
I'm gonna grab this kid." It's like you fucking up the whole business, bro.
They easily could have gotten away, or at least gotten into like a car chase, and like where they had a chance to get away. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How was Wonder Woman already on her way there?
I chalked that up to comic books. I just said comic book line.
Yeah, you just like, alright, whatever. Just got a comic book in a way. Like, alright, cool.
I don't know, maybe she pulled the Superman, got superhero. She did end up flying, which at first I was like, the flying did not look good. Like, compared to like Man of Steel, the Man of Steel flying was absolutely fire. The flying in here wasn't that great.
I disagree. I feel like it was more majestic in the sense of like Greek gods artsy.
I would disagree.
I feel like it was more.
I would not say it's majestic whatsoever.
I thought it was like she literally was just floating there, like through the clouds, bro. That shit was dope. Like I was like, that's a guy.
She was floating through the clouds, and when she did start flying, I audibly yelled out, "Oh shit, she's flying!" Like, oh, they made her fly, because I liked it. Like that's part like in a lot of her comic books she does fly, and a lot she doesn't, but in different iterations she does fly, and I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
but
for me. Like when you say compared to Man of Steel, for me, Superman is an alien, so that's more like science, and she's a god, so this is mythology,
and
magic, fantasy, you know,
that
stuff
makes
like
sense.
that. So like you said, it didn't look good to me. That's what that looked like to me. I was like, this is a painting. This is like some fucking.
It did look like some Alex Ross painting.
Yeah,
it did look like Alex Ross type comic book, and I did like it for that reason, but. I guess my practical knowledge mind was
also my reasoning for liking the flying is why I like the running. Like I was like,
okay,
she looks like she's gliding over the road.
Yeah, she really does. Yeah,
and like I kind of fuck with that. She's got. I bet she's gliding over the road. And compared to like in Man of Steel, like it's like quick zooms. He's just fucking everywhere.
I think because it was such a 180 from the original film, I think my mind is still having trouble accepting some of those parts. Because the first one was very practical and, like you say, kind of like they took into account science and stuff like that. They took that stuff into account. This one, they were like, fuck it, it's a comic book. Let's just run with it, which is cool, but I just had a hard time adjusting from the first film to the second one. Because it is a big adjustment. Like, it's like the tone, the color, the campiness, the everything. It's Wonder Woman 2, but like Wonder Woman 1... like its own, like Wonder Woman 84 is a perfect title because it's not really like a direct sequel. It's like its own like iteration of like a own, like, you know how comic books have different storylines. It was its own version of this character, and I liked it.
And like some arcs, like some runs, like you'll switch writers and in artists,
and you'll notice the difference.
Like, oh shit,
yeah,
it takes some adjusting. Like that's happening multiple. I'm like, damn, I really fucked with the old art style. I'm like,
exactly.
Let me just get a couple panels of this. I got this.
Yeah, same. So that's really how I felt the second time around watching it. It was like, okay, yeah, now that I took my biases out of it, I can take this for what it is, and it was pretty good. Like it really was. After the first time, I still liked it. I just had to get over my own self. Yeah. I had to get over my own
Seen this on Twitter. Someone said, give young Diana a HBOMAX show. Nigga.
Facts.
Hey,
I'd be rolling.
AT&T. Get on that. Before she age out, okay?
Facts.
Before Hippolyta and Tybee get too old too, get them the old HBO, Amazon.
They did say that they were going to have an Amazon show, right?
Shit, throw baby Diana in that
they
bitch.
should throw
Low
her
key,
in there.
I kind of feel bad for teenage Diana from the first one. She was just in that movie for a little bit.
Yeah, that was about it.
And then nothing else.
Nothing else.
Yeah,
that's true. But yeah, I'd really like that. I don't know. She's the young, I forgot her name, the young actress.
Low key, you want to talk about acting? For a little girl, she was low key fucking.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You literally took the words, like her emotion at the end of the race when she got pulled out.
I was like, this girl really cried.
I'm impressed. Like I don't know how old she is. I forget her name, but I'll add it in post because I apologize for that. But she was impressive. Like I watched it, I was like, wow, I believe that you're actually pissed that she just took you out the race. Yeah. Like, I did the same way.
She snatched her little ass up. Get your what the fuck you doing cheating this shit? Right? This is not the Amazon way. Sit your ass down.
So now looking back on it now after that you said that, I do agree that probably that opening sequence doesn't need to be there, but I liked the sequence. Like same. I really liked it, but it probably didn't need to be there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know.
Low-key, I see a lot of people saying, like, this movie's cheesy.
It is.
Honestly, I disagree. The only cheesy part that I think for me is the dude who fumbled the gun. Him specifically is I'm like, this is some cheese.
Yeah, that was hella cheese. Even like on her way there.
Low key, yeah, bro. Why was it so much danger? She had to save so many people for no reason. Yeah. Like niggas drag racing, nobody paying attention. She just jogging in the road. She's like, get your ass out the fucking road.
Speaking of the drag racing part, that little part where she kicked the car, that was a little cheesy. It had a little bit of canned cheese right on top.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah. Like it was cool, but it was just the way that it happened, which is a little bit cheesy. I agree with that. I would say a lot of the flying parts I found really cheesy. What else would I? Right off the top of my head, I probably can't think of it, but those two parts, the fumbling the gun and her kicking the car out of the way so it doesn't hit the pedestrian, those were the two biggest cheesiest parts of it. I remember off the top of it.
You know what? Gee, I like this man will tell you the little things, the little peppers. I fuck with that shit. You know what I fuck with? Having Linda Carter at the very end, in the mid credit scene, and her being the goddamn Amazonian is. They peppered the thing up, bro. Yeah. They peppered the ting. Okay, yeah. They peppered the ting, bro.
So that was probably also another reason for them having the opening sequence.
She literally explained the suit to.
Oh yeah.
She literally explained that
suit. Oh no, that wasn't in the beginning, right? Yeah, that was. The only thing was that they had her like show the statue. That was it. Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. So, but yeah, what's her name?
Linda Carter?
Yeah, Linda Carter at the end. I thought that was adorable. She like grabbed the little thing. Yeah. She grabbed it. Was like, no, don't worry about it. Turn around. I was like, hey. I told my sister, I was like, hey, watch this. I guess who? I was like, wonder who that is. Huh? I was like, who? Guess who that is? I knew the whole time.
That's funny. I had no idea. I heard it got leaked online. I just never saw it.
Well, I knew that she was going to be in it, and she hadn't been in it yet.
I totally forgot about that, though.
Yeah, they peppered it twice, and I was like, okay, like...
You know what's funny? Like, I knew that, but we found that out, like, probably last year.
Yeah, that's true.
This movie was supposed to come out in summer.
That's true.
Fucking Rona. What did I do about birthday?
Yeah, that's true. So, I'll give you that, but it was... if you knew, like, she was supposed to be in it, like,
Yeah, I wish that the DC movies were more... a little bit, just loosely more tied together, because I would love to see Linda Carter come back in like a Justice League movie, maybe. They get some answers from her, or like she goes into battle one more time.
I would love to see her be a confidant for Diana. Like I would love to see Diana go to her for advice and just be like that.
Especially because she can go back home too.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The ting.
So to have
AT&T take notes.
So I mean, I know how you are and I know how I am, so we love the whole mentor and protege type thing. So I really think that would hit. And to have her, have her in the Amazon series.
Yeah.
Like, straight up put her in there. And then, I don't know, to have her as a confidant, I would love to see her return because the way that she was only in it for 2 seconds. And then she said, like, oh, I've been around. Where have you been?
I don't know how she would fit in the Amazon series, though. There would have to be some type of link in the Wonder Woman 3 is not happening anytime soon. So there would have to be some type. But for the Amazon show, how would she get back to Paradise Island?
I don't know. You could get good writers, and I'm sure there's a writer. Like, there's a story there somewhere.
I feel like you would have to like lead into that before she got back.
I think there's a way you can figure it out with her at the post-credit scene saying like she's been in Earth for a while. Yeah. She's been here, and then have Gal Gadot. Maybe she is trying to go. I don't know. I'm sure some good writers can figure out the story with what they had right there.
Low key though, I also see some people on Twitter say like they want what's her name? Siri? No, that's not it. That's
Siri.
Fucking oh no, what's her name? Oh my god, the magic chick. Man,
the magic chick.
Same name as the chick in Game of Thrones.
Cersei.
Cersei. There we go. Have Cersei like attack the Mascara, and that's why Diana has to go back.
That'd be cool.
Shit, that'd be a way to bring back old Linda Carter. Like, yo, they doing the thing. We gotta go. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. I also see some people on the Twitter. I be on Twitter a lot. Don't judge me. Say like they want more God stuff, like Greek God stuff in the third one. That'd be crazy too.
I would fuck with that heavy. I really like
crazy. That'd be crazy.
Speaking of, wait, go ahead. Another thing that I found cheesy was, which I didn't know how they were going to do it well, and I don't think they did do it well, but I liked the overall scene. It was just that one little part was Diana making the invisible jet. Like,
I love that part. That shit was lit, bro.
I liked the whole scene as a whole, but I don't like the act of her doing this. Like this together,
that's crazy.
I didn't like it. This looked stupid to me. She was like doing this.
Scarlet Witch does her little magic hands. You don't like that either?
Sometimes I think it looks stupid. Sometimes I think it looks stupid.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess.
But I don't think there was enough precedent for it. But I did like the joke that she said that like, I lost the mud.
Her dad is Zeus.
Yeah, I know.
That's like your daddy, like daughter. Come on, now.
I agree. Like in theory, I was like, okay, yeah, that would work. But when I saw it, I was like, nah, it didn't hit for me.
I thought that shit was lit. That was honestly one of my favorite parts.
Really?
I love that part. That whole scene.
I like the scene. The scene was good. I just didn't like the part of her doing that.
Like the beginning when they stole the jet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Steve Trevor was like, "You guys have planes to get to Cairo in a day," I was like,
I love Steve Trevor, bro.
He was lit, bro. Fucking lit.
I love the duality between them because, like, in the first movie, Wonder Woman was, in a place that's unfamiliar.
Fish out of water,
Yeah, and then now it was, the reverse times. I really, really fucked with that.
Bro, when they walked past the breakdancers and he was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that shit funny as hell.
Like, I gotta save you? She's like, no, it's just dancing.
It's just dancing. Okay, all right.
That part, like, they were able to find a lot of ways to make, like, him being a fish out of water fresh. Like, I thought it was gonna get old, but, like, it was really, really funny. Their dynamic between each other, it's one of my favorite relationships in all the DCE.
Another thing, like sticking with the plane incident, when they were in the plane, he was like, "So the way I fly, they will never see us." And she was like, I forgot to tell you about radar." And then, what do you say? Are they gonna shoot at us? And she was like, "I don't know," or something like that. He's like, "Well, shit, Diana."
Yes.
I was like, "Yo, this is I feel like it's very rare that you get real life dialogue between couples in a movie." That was some real life shit like that. Like, what the fuck, yo? Like, what are we doing? Yeah. It's so funny.
I did think it was a little too easy for them to steal the plane.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like planes definitely switched out. But I'm just like, we got right off. Just write it off. Come with a lot of Steve Trevor.
That part kind of irked me too. I was like, okay, yeah, she got in, but they just stole it and like they were just able to get in it and start it and like that was it. I mean, I guess it's the 80s. Well, yeah, it's the 80s, so I mean. People were able to sneak onto planes.
So your nitpick is that it was too easy for them to get to the plane?
To get to the plane. I know she had to pass.
Did she work there?
Yeah, she had to pass and she got in, but I just found it way too easy for them to get onto the runway and just enter in on a plane.
But like Eugene, it's 2020. I work at a hospital. There's a lot of places I can get to, but I'm not supposed to be.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that.
Fucking like swipe, flip it right in.
Not like a military base with planes that you can access and just like start flying.
There's millions of dollars of shit in that bitch. You understand? What can you say?
But yeah, that was my only nitpick, was that I just felt it was a little too easy. But you can just kind of just write it off because it was the 80s. Security wasn't as tight in the 80s. But 9/11 hadn't happened yet. So I'll give it that.
That got dark, all right. He took a turn with that
well,
one.
That's true, though.
He sure took a turn with that
It's
one.
true. That's
went straight to 9/11. That's crazy.
That's what really changed security for aviation and stuff.
You're not wrong, but like, damn, that's crazy.
We're adults here. We can talk about it.
But, man.
Well, yeah, it was. But yeah, that was really the only part that I had a gripe with in that. But the overall scene was great. I did have a slight. I thought they could have found a better way to explain how Steve Trevor got there.
It was pretty. Just you got to go with it.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh well, we'll just do this, you know, and then they just no. It was like no one checked their work. Mm-hmm. It was just like, oh, we could do this, and everyone was just like, yeah, that works. But
you know what it felt like? You know how like in Deceased, how like Cyborg and the anti-life equation, like in the beginning, like literally the beginning when Darkseid captured Cyborg and like the anti became like the digital virus. It kind of felt like that. You just
in DC.
Yeah, you just gotta go with it. You just gotta go with it. It makes no sense. It's like, oh, okay.
My mind is very logical, so like I found myself like not vibing with a couple different parts. But if you first you gotta think about it. It is a comic book movie, so you kind of gotta let some things go. And then it's a movie, so you kind of just like let things go for the plot. But I did have some hard times getting over some of the little illogical parts.
Where the fuck did Maxwell Lord run to? At the end of the movie? That nigga just kind of ran off.
Yeah.
He might...
Didn't he end up with the sun?
He did, but
how did he get there?
I think a helicopter, but...
How did he get to the helicopter?
He ran off.
He just ran off? Well, I guess he didn't have a security team, though.
No, yeah. It was just...
So he just had a helicopter on deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I was like, alright. Like, I personally would have liked it better if, like, instead of, when he unwished everything, instead of, like, oh, unwish everything and just fucking ran off, like, he kind of, like, if he stayed in that little beam of light and kind of soaked a little bit, he kind of, like, reflected on, like, all the fuck shit that he did, you know what I mean? Yeah. Kind of, and then maybe like, another scene of him, like, leaving or going to his son, or maybe even Diana being so, like, motherly as she is, took him to his son or something like that. I would have fucked with that.
Another thing that didn't exactly hit for me was the connection between his son. I didn't think they did a good job of playing that out well enough for the end. For example, like his son was there and like he had time to spend with his son. And remember at the end when Diana, put the lasso on him and to show him the truth.
She stood for that though. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, you smart. All right.
Facts.
Big brain.
Big brain. The way that she was able to show him the truth, that he really loves his son. He wants to be there for his son. The way that his dad wasn't there for him. I don't think they peppered it enough to pay it off at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I think they kind of tried to force us to think that this was such a big thing, but I don't think they never described like who his baby mama was. They never described the relationship that they had.
I don't think you really need the...
Okay, then you don't need the baby mama. They didn't explain like him having a troubled childhood until the very, very end. So I think that was just kind of shoehorned in for us to make us feel something else, but I don't think it worked. Like that was another big gripe that I just don't think they did a good enough job of like peppering it in before they paid it off.
That's fair. I wouldn't say it worked for me, but I understood it.
Same. I just don't think they peppered it enough for it to be a big payoff.
I saw a lot of people saying like he didn't love his son, and I feel like that's a little
I think he did. I think he was just like kind of blinded by the fact that his company's failing.
Yeah.
Like
same thing with people who have like corporate jobs. Sometimes you're not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
sometimes you're just grinding at the office. I don't mean you don't love your family. It just mean you got
them in mind. Yeah. That's why you're grinding.
Exactly.
But,
that's. I think that's why I didn't have that big of an issue with it, because my mind just instantly went to that. Like, oh, okay, he corporate man grinding for his son because he don't want his son to grow up feeling alone like he did and not having shit. Because I guess I just rationalized it out in my head.
I think they just needed to show a little bit more, because they did pepper it, like you said, a couple times with his son wishing the best for his dad, and his son saying that he just wants to be with his dad and spend time with him. So they did play that part to it, but I don't think they showed enough of like why he was striving to be successful because growing up he wasn't if they would have showed a couple more times in the beginning of the movie, I think it would have been a bigger payoff at the end. So that would be like my biggest gripe with that part. Yeah,
I agree to that.
Go ahead.
I really liked how I'm usually not a fan of like depowered heroes, but like I actually really liked the reasoning behind it in this movie. I actually really like. Like Diana got Steve back, so
you have
she's weak. Like honestly, and I heard that was going to be a thing, but like again, this movie starts coming out in summer, so I fucking forgot. So when she couldn't break the lock when they went to fucking his thing, I was like, what?
And he goes, oh, that's a strong lock, bro.
That was funny, Steve. Your ass goofy.
Yo, he was hitting on all cylinders the whole movie. Even so, we saw the changing scene, like where he's changing different outfits. We saw that in a couple promos, and I thought it wasn't gonna be funny when I saw it in the movie. That shit was still hilarious, like still really funny.
I feel like they saved the best parts for the movie.
Okay, I'll give you that.
The best changing scenes parts from the movie.
And the payoff at the end with the outfit with the new guy, the same guy.
Oh, yeah.
The payoff at the end while he's wearing the outfit that she picked out. I thought that was awesome. It just made me feel like all warm and fuzzy and stuff.
He also saw this on Twitter. Someone was like, "So does this mean Diana raped this guy?" I was like, "You ain't wrong, dude. But that's kind of crazy."
Technically,
that's kind of crazy.
Technically, yeah, she did rape him.
Yeah.
Technically,
yeah,
but
crazy.
Also like Dreamstone and comic books, so no.
So no.
But technically, yeah. We already went over that. That was just a little weird how they didn't So did other people see him as a regular dude or see him as Steve?
No. I don't even know 100% if she saw him as Steve or just after him saying those lines to her, she was like, "Oh shit, it's Steve." So Steve. Like, and then you just saw Steve from the rest of the movie then, and like actually it was just that guy. Like I don't know. Because they never really explained it. They never really explained it.
That's another gripe. They needed to explain that a little bit more.
Yeah. I just wrote that shit off. I was like, fuck it, comic books.
Comic books. Yeah, they need to do that a little bit more. But I do want to talk about Barbara Minerva. Kristen Wiig, phenomenal job. Like the whole time coming into the movie, I'm like, I don't think she's going to be that big of a character. I don't think like she necessarily needs to be a big character. But the whole time I watched it, especially in the beginning, I was like, I need more of her. Like she did such like every scene that she was in, like I was like, damn, she snapped. Pedro Pascal and her chemistry in the very beginning when they're doing the like the tour and stuff, fucking great. You could tell like those are two experienced actors who were just playing off.
That nigga was a predator. He was preying all up on her. That was fucked up. You know what's crazy? She became an apex predator at the end of the movie. Like, ain't that some shit?
That's funny.
Ain't that some shit? That's funny. Ain't that some shit? But you know what? Speaking of the whole like dorky, ugly girl duckling thing that was so stupid. Gee, I don't know, nobody, maybe this, alright, let me not generalize, there's probably some dickheads out there, but when she dropped her shit and Buddy just looked at her, what? What are we doing, bro?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Help, fam. Like, what are we doing? No matter what she looked like, help.
This is the 80s, so like it's a different time, so.
Oh, were niggas dicks in the 80s? I wasn't born, so I don't fucking know. Hey, if you was born in the 80s, let me know if niggas was dickheads back then, bro. I need to know. Because for me, I was like, what are you doing, buddy? Come on now. Help her out. Help the poor girl out.
I thought she was adorable the whole time. I thought she did such a good job.
And that's another... Wait, you mean adorable wasn't... What?
Kristen Wiig?
Yeah.
I thought she was adorable. Like, her whole, like... Oh, I want to be noticed. I'm funny, quirky, but no one likes me. Like, every time... All of her jokes hit at the very beginning of the movie.
But, like, I also feel like... Who's not going to notice Kristen Wiig?
What do you mean?
Like, she's not an ugly duckling. So, I'm like, what are we doing? And all she did was put some eyeliner on and take her glasses off. Oh, she's hot now. What the fuck? What are we doing, G?
I mean...
like, that type of little...
Well, I mean, personality has a lot to do with it, and because she was nerdy and stuff, I guess some people they just looked over her.
I know some pretty hot chicks with terrible personalities, bro.
So?
What do you mean so? So how does that work?
I don't know. I think it worked out well. Okay, yeah, she's not exactly like an ugly duckling, but she was weird, and maybe she was just socially awkward.
Time out, pause. If we being honest, the weird people in high school, like, in high school we went to, they was fucking Okay.
They was what?
They was fucking. Okay. All them little niggas in that little, y'all want to say the not cool, they was fucking. All right. I don't get, y'all can try to play this little ugly duck. Nah, she was getting dick, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. Come on now, what we doing?
I don't know. It said that she kept busy in college. I believed it. Everything. I believed everything that she was saying.
Everybody was fucking in high school, Kevin.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just
fucking. Come on now.
What I'm saying.
Gee, we know some people who shouldn't have been fucking, given their looks. They was fucking. You know what I mean? How? I'm just not buying it.
They're gonna watch this and they'll be like, "Damn, is he talking about me?"
Edit. Edit. We're just gonna chop and screw this part, bro.
Crazy.
Edit.
Pedro Pascal, he ate the whole damn movie. I guess my final like verdict of this movie is when I first saw it the first time, I gave it give it a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it a 6.5, and it was basically off of my feelings that it was different from the first one. So I looked at myself. I was like, okay, so what don't I like about the movie? I loved the acting. I really liked the story. All the actors did really good job. So it was basically like everything hit all the right things. I just had to look at myself. I was like, I think I'm the problem with the movie, and it was just my own bias from the first movie. Once I was able to look at this movie objectively for what it is, not as a sequel, just like a Wonder Woman movie, I thought it was pretty goddamn good. So it went from a 6.5 to I want to say 7.5, but even talking about it a little bit more, I realized how much more I like it, so I'll probably give it an 8. An 8 out of 10.
I'm giving it an 8.3 out of 10.
8.3? Yeah. So it went from a 6.5 to me, but once I was able to look at it for a standalone movie of what it is, it's definitely moved up to like an 8-ish.
Just to go back, remember those when she was in Saudi Arabia, maybe somewhere
Cairo.
In Cairo. There we go. Remember the kids she saved? Them niggas would have been dead.
They would have been dead.
Them niggas would have been
And
dead.
she barely saved them.
She rolled on them a couple times. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, damn, they okay? It's crazy.
Watching her get shot, I was happy. Not happy, but I was like, oh, I fuck with that. Like, I don't know, maybe it was a storyline, the way that they did it. Like, she's losing her powers, but she didn't want to give up Steve. Like, I was like, oh shit, she's fucked up. Like, she's invulnerable, and she's allowing herself to be this way because she fucks with Steve. But I don't know, I really like that. But saving those kids, I would say that was like a 5 out of 10 because she almost fucked it up. Yeah, she almost fucked it up. She let go of the rope and shit. I was like, oh, you fucked up.
I was like, she let go of the rope. I was like, you need to let go of Steve. Okay, this
shit
ain't
crazy,
working, bro. This is not working.
How'd you feel about the final fight with Kristen Wiig with Cheeto?
A lot of people saying they didn't like the CGI right there. I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool. Either. I thought it was cool. A lot of people were just like, she brought out that suit just to get torn apart. I mean, for me, I felt like only the wings got destroyed. Like, the rest of the suit was
the rest of the suit was... I mean, but the whole time, it did bother me that she was playing defense the whole movie.
I mean, because this is not Warrior Wonder Woman. She didn't want to fight her friend. And
I know, yeah. I get it, but, like, it bothered me. Like, if your friend's fucking up, like, if I'm acting a fool, you're gonna smack me around. Be like, dude, quit. Right?
Nah, I'm gonna just pick you up and be like, Cat, what are we doing, G?
Is that
That's kind of what she was trying to do, G. She was on deep. She wasn't attacking. She was like, hey, she was literally on defense trying to talk.
She was on defense, like, hey,
she's like, hey, bro, stop. What we doing? Can you please?
Yeah. But if I'm wilding and I'm literally trying to hurt you, like you're gonna smack me around a little bit, like dude, like not necessarily like beat my ass, but you're gonna be like, dude, chill. I wouldn't say you would just like let me hit you and just be like, yo, fuck you, you know. You're like, yo, what are you doing? Stop.
But she kind of had an almost impenetrable shield, though.
Kind of almost impenetrable? Because those wings got fucked up.
I wouldn't even say fucked up, because it was a decent amount still left. I feel like she
you're right.
kept blocking, and she just decided, like, let me
take the gloves off.
You're doing too much now. Let me go get rid.
And she did throw her ass, like, what she...
Yo, she grabbed that bitch by the right. What the you doing, bro? Chill the fuck out. Got her in the water. She's like, you ain't moving, bro. So relax.
Okay, so I'll give you that, because that's something that, like, a good friend would do. Is like, you wouldn't, attack him, but you would kind of defend yourself and throw him around a little bit. So, yeah, I'll give you that. But I'm such a Warrior Wonder Woman stan that I'm like, come on, beat her ass. Like,
Well, Kia, Ray says this all the time, but a lot of DC characters have, like, they're, like, two
versions.
You have Detective Batman, then you have Batman that punches guys in the face. You got Warrior Wonder Woman, then you got Wonder Woman who's like loving
Defender of Love or Peace.
Yeah.
But Superman's kind of the same person, thick and through.
Till Zack Snyder came out.
It's a whole different Superman, but I feel like we would have gotten there if they gave him the opportunity. Like, he was just telling a story. And
we got you for Zack enough. we just listened about it. We got you for that nigga enough. All right, moving along.
So yeah, I don't know. Anything else on Wonder Woman?
Anything else on Wonder Woman 84? I think that's about it.
As I do have a lot of dislikes. I did say that it's an 8 out of 10 for me because the second time it really increased my liking for the movie. Additionally, I absolutely loved seeing her bright red and bright blue like outfit like that. It was like, yes, the 80s.
It worked for that setting.
Yeah, it worked really, really cool. Like,
if she had that in the first one when they were trying to be stealth, I was like, that shit is, you stick it out, Wonder Woman. What are you doing?
But in the middle of the day, in the bright sunshine, that red and blue and yellow. And, time out. I fucked with her tiara throwing so heavy. I wanted to see more of that.
Yo.
That was fucking dope.
I seen it in the trailer and thought I was going to hate it. It didn't, in the mall scene, I was like, whatever. But when she was doing it in the White House, I was like,
that shit hit.
I was like, I bet.
That shit hit.
I bet.
I was a little upset to see that some people on Twitter were not comparing it, but they were like, oh, Wonder Woman works like Captain America's shield now. Oh, that's lame. Kind of saying that they were copying, Captain America. But that is source material. That is literal source material.
I need y'all to understand. If that's what you think, check this out. Cap is a normal human. How the fuck is that shit coming back to him? Diana is a goddamn god. Fuck is you talking about copying Cap? Goddamn Diana Prince out here. You better put some respect on her name. Don't be disrespectful out here. All right? Y'all better watch yourself.
Wonder Woman is such a cool character, but there is that divide in her where she is either warrior Wonder Woman or the Defender of Love and Peace, and the Defender of Love and Peace is what was this movie about. Mm-hmm. And if you look at it through that lens, it was a really good movie. I
would like a lot. I see people like complaining that there wasn't like a no man's land scene. Honestly, for me, the end when she was talking to niggas, I was like, "This is just as powerful. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?" She was like, "Look around you. Y'all fucking the world up. But y'all be some adults, okay? Just love each other. True. Reverse the wishes."
And that scene did hit too. Like it was very powerful. I thought so.
Even when she left Steve.
Time out.
Nigga, it's a pain in my chest and I can't breathe.
Yeah, when she left Steve,
they were talking, not even looking. It's like, he can't look back. He's gonna keep walking down. Then she started to regenerate. I was like, oh my god.
Literally, immediately she started to regenerate. I loved it. She was walking away, and you just see her the shot on her chest. It just goes away, and her arm stops bleeding. I'm like, god damn. Like, imagine literally giving up. It's giving up your own personal wants and wishes for the betterment of the world, and that's like. How many times?
You know how selfless you got to be to do that. I know a lot of y'all out there. I feel like the same people who were bitching at Chris Pratt. What's his character name? Star-Lord for hitting Thanos. Y'all niggas wouldn't have. Y'all say, "Oh, he should have waited." But guess what? I guarantee y'all wouldn't have did what Diana did because he literally didn't do what she did, and a lot of y'all motherfuckers would be in the same fucking boat. Y'all ain't about that action. Lames. Fucking losers. Oh, he shouldn't have did that. Yeah, all right. You did the same dumb shit, loser ass niggas.
No. He shouldn't have done that, bro.
Gee, come on.
I understand that's in his nature. That's who he is as a character.
No. I'm talking about humankind. Selfish. They're not for the people, bro. It takes a special kind of person to be like, hey, come here. That's true. Let's look it up. Come on. You know what I mean?
Her when they had that final conversation and her telling Steve, Wonder Woman telling Steve that she would never love again, and then him saying back,
I was gonna bring that up next, G.
That, bro, I was
what did he say? I hope not, because there's a mighty big world or some shit like that.
There's. Their chemistry the whole movie was so good. In the comics. I like Steve and Wonder Woman, but
and he's not even there all the time. Sometimes he in the storyline, a lot of time
he's not. But I fuck with that relationship now. I really like this relationship.
In the first one, I was like, all right. In this one, I'm like, let's roll.
I'm fucking rolling.
Here we ready. that was going in my head when I seen that nigga. I was fucking hyped.
You just have to look at this movie in a different lens. The first one's very action packed. It's about a woman warrior coming in and saving the world.
These two movies really encompass Wonder Woman.
They really do. They really do.
encompass who she
both
is.
Sides. But that's also gonna be its downfall. Is a lot of people are gonna fuck with the first one, or a lot of people are gonna fuck with the second one, but they may not fuck with the other one.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, if you're not a comic reader, I get it. If you're a casual fan, you're not gonna get it. But if you are a comic reader and you dislike this movie, even if you don't like that version of Wonder Woman, how do you not respect that that's who the character is?
Facts, 100%.
Like, you can not like it, but just to shit on it because that's not for you is lame.
It is lame. It really is lame because if you go off the source material, it's literally. Like you said before, each author, each writer, each illustrator has a different version of that character, and it may be slightly different, and you may not fuck with this version or that version, but at the end of the day, this is the source material, and they're still the same person. Mm-hmm. So you have to respect what it is. Mm-hmm. And if you look at through that, like I said, if you look at the movie through each lens, you know, Warrior, Wonder Woman, and the Defender of Love and Peace. It's like as two separate individual movies, you would love them both. But as like a continuation of the story, it's like a little bit jarring at first. But like I said, if you look at it,
if you're not in the know, I can see how it's jarring.
It is jarring. Yeah. Like I said, my first run through, I was like, this. I mean, I knew what I was getting, but it's just different from what I had. So I had to look at the second movie objectively as one movie standalone by itself, and it's not a direct sequel, I would say, but it's just like another arc. It's another arc of Wonder Woman, who she is. So I really liked it. Gal Gadot she may not be the best actress, but she hit on, I would say, like 90% of her lines here.
I feel like she has come a long way.
I 100% agree.
Specifically in this movie, I was like, all right, I see you.
Her emotional scenes at the end with Steve were really, really good. Yeah. Like I said earlier, a lot of people call her wooden, and for good reason. Like, she has a couple spots where she's wooden, but she nailed those spots here. Mm-hmm. Do you say so?
Like like in the first movie, you know how when Steve lied to whatever the hell the council fuck, and then she found out that he lied, and she I was like, that wasn't good. Yeah, that wasn't good. But in this movie, I'm like, oh, you kind of firing all cylinders, gal. Okay, I see you.
I can't unsee her as Wonder Woman. You know how like some people are just like are the character. Like I know I'm not in the majority, but you know people see Christopher Reeves as Batman.
Christopher Reeves as Superman.
I'm sorry, as Superman. People see like they are the definition of the character, and I think Gal Gadot is literally the definition of Wonder Woman, and I fuck with it so heavy. And by far, she has the best hair in Hollywood. Like her hair is fire.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit was I guess in the first two, but in this one specifically,
that shit was cold.
Yeah. That shit was on board.
That shit was cold. Yeah. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Give your rates in the comments. Oh, I do want to ask you one more question. Give me your new rank of DCEU movies.
I ain't back. So.
Including Joker, because that's a DC movie. Like, it's a multiverse now, so you got to include that one.
No.
Yes, you got to include it.
That's like
DC
saying
movies.
That's like saying Dark Knight. Nigga, no, that's a different category. What are you talking about, bro? It's a whole.
It's a modern DC movie.
I'm not doing it. It's a different category. That is the dumb shit I've heard.
You're so mad. Including Joker. No, okay, fine. Not including Joker. So that's DCEU movie.
Because I'm never uttering like Joker or The Dark Knight with any of these bum ass movies. Okay, no MCU movies, lames. Okay, none of that shit. Batman, Joker, Logan, they over there. Okay, they solidified. Right. They over there. This is some other shit.
I'll give you that.
Okay, them niggas is.
Those are like graphic novels, like you say. Those are like a graphic novel type movie. It is what it is.
Tip your hat off to them bitches. Like, all right, we see you.
Right. Okay, so new DCEU ranking.
Oh, okay. So Man of Steel, BVS, they switch all the time. They switch all the time. So like they revolve. But number 3, 84, right there.
84. Okay, so 1 and 2 is BVS and Man of Steel. Then you have Wonder Woman, and then.
Oh, we keep going.
Yeah, give me your.
Oh shit! Damn, I wasn't prepared for that. All right, so you got those two. 84, probably. Aquaman, I want to say, and then Wonder Woman, and then the other shits.
The mother shits.
The mother shits down there somewhere.
Okay, so miscellaneous.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I like more yet because I really liked Aquaman. I think the rewatchability on Aquaman is like
visually Aquaman is like the shit, but for me Wonder Woman 84 the heart moments.
It's a super emotional like movie, and that's part of what makes it great. But the thing about Aquaman that I like is that you can jump in at any you can jump in at any part of Aquaman and just be like, all right, cool, this is where I'm at. I'm rolling, like it's ready to go.
I compare Aquaman to like an Uncharted game. Like there's different levels.
That's
you
true.
got the beginning level, or whatever was happening. Tutorial. Let me save the ship. Tutorial. Right. You know what I mean? You press this button to do this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you got the desert. Like that's like mid game. Then you got the big ocean.
So,
you know what I mean?
So I guess my new rankings would be Man of Steel, BVS. I'm still not 100% sure, but I think I'm gonna put Aquaman first. But this is up to it could change any time. I really have to get a feel for how I feel about Wonder Woman 84. But I think I would put it'd be Man of Steel, BVS, Aquaman, Wonder Woman 84. Then I would probably say I really like Suicide Squad. I know it has its problems, but especially the third act. But I would say everything up until...
You putting that over Wonder Woman 1?
Facts. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. You're right. I forgot about that. I forgot about the first one. So, Man of Steel, BVS, Aquaman, Wonder Woman 84, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey.
What about Shazam?
Shazam.
Last?
Yeah, last. I like Shazam. I really like Shazam. I just
it's a kid's movie.
Not my jam. It's just it's a kid's movie, and it's just not. It wasn't made for me.
I didn't rank it for a reason. I just left it there because it's for the kids. I mean, I ain't gonna shit on the kids movie. It's for the kids. Yeah.
It's not made for me, but as a movie, like looking at it objectively, I think it's a really good movie. It hits on a lot of emotional beats, and that part at the end with his mom. It made me feel a type of way. I was pissed.
Yo, I've been seeing people trying to fucking make his mom a victim. I ain't fucking wrong with that.
A victim?
Holy shit.
That mom's a
out of here,
bitch.
Bro. Isn't she a whole abandoned?
She abandoned her child. She saw her child and it was like,
she's like,
you know what?
Nah. We're good.
Like, I understand that, like, times are tough. Being a single mom sucks. Like, you don't have a lot of, you're scared.
But there's a way to do that, bro. You literally just left
at a carnival,
like
he was looking for you.
Didn't have no conversation with mans. You didn't.
And then
I don't want to say man up because niggas probably get mad. You didn't adult up and make the hard, tough decision. Gee, you're a parent now,
right?
If you don't want to be cool, talk to the kid. Be like, this is where you're going. At least try to find a nice home for him,
right?
You just said, he went to cops. Cool.
They'll find a way. And the fact that he came and found you and you had nothing to say to him. That made me feel some type of way, bro. And it's fuck that hoe. It's definitely fuck that hoe.
Yeah. People were trying to say like, oh, she was probably in an abusive relationship. Did you hear the way the guy called? Hey, I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Then go about it the right way.
She wasn't in an abusive relationship when she left that little nigga. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? So fucking lame ass trying to make people. She was trash, a trash person. Stop making excuses with trash people. Okay. So
I think they definitely hit on Shazam with the emotional beats. I really like that you didn't really know that the scary parts were going to be like the scary part.
That boardroom seems cool.
The boardroom, like all those parts hit, and then
when he jumped off the roof, I like that part too.
The end battle was pretty decent
cool.
too.
I like the little family. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There was a lot of things I liked about Shazam. The movie just wasn't for me.
Yeah, it wasn't tailored for us. But we like that.
But I will defend that movie because it's really like it is a good movie, and I will defend it. Like for a lot of times, I had to defend it against James.
Yeah. Which is funny because I'll be like, that shit trash, and I'll be like, nah, it's not trash. But then I'll be like, nah, it's trash.
It's
not trash. It's just not for us.
Yeah, it's just not for us. So it is what it is. So yeah, I would. Those are my new rankings. And then anything else?
Yeah, that's our Wonder Woman 84 spoiler talk. Great movie.
Let me know what you guys think, because I really do want to know what you guys think, because there's a lot of discourse right here. It's divided, so
if you are not a comic reader, I want to know your thoughts. Like, can you be like, yo, I'm not a comic reader, but this is what I think. And if you are a comic reader, I also want to know. I want to get the different vibes from the different groups.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let us know if you are a comic book reader. Let us know what you think, and if not, we still want to know. Just make that distinction so we know.
Yeah, good vibe for the The no, I'm talking about.